Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 4 in this best of series. I believe it is a best of 5. Currently, Rudan does have a 2-1 lead over Hawk, as Hawk did take game 1, but Rudan roaring back in game number 2, and more impressively in game number 3. Gonna go ahead and set this up to 8 speed. As things get underway, it looks as though the Altar of Elder is now picking up or training up a Demon Hunter, and we are going to be going into an Archmage. Archmage versus Demon Hunter, as we are now past the 8-minute mark, 2 minutes 20 seconds right now for all of you guys keeping track, as the Archmage is going to be clearing out this 5-3-3 creep camp rather easily. Back down over here, Ancient of War. Wow! Ancient of War. Talk about a close call. Down to 2 hit points. And now that Ancient of War is going to eat a tree and then start rooting itself here in just a moment to just regenerate hit points. I'm not quite sure how many hit points the eating a tree actually gives an Ancient of War, but it looks like it is still regenerating, and it looks like it may be upwards in the 300 range. Wow. Didn't realize that one tree was able to replenish that Ancient of War so easily. All right, coming back around, you can see Footman now coming over here. It is going to be causing a little bit of problem, but the Archer getting in some easy shots over there. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter now making its way over. All right, it's about 500 hit points as we're looking at the Demon Hunter now making its rounds here. Are we going to see a mana burn? Yes, we are. And it looks like that was the first mana burn. That doesn't even make that much sense. How did the Demon Hunter mana burn and then are pretty much already back up to 270 mana already when I thought mana burn cost 75 mana? That's a little bit of a strange occurrence there, as the Water Elemental 1 gets taken down. Water Elemental 2 gets taken down. And what a big deal that is going to be, as the Demon Hunter trying to get some easy shots off onto some of those units. As it says, Ogre after Ogre is falling. All right, Militia getting taken down there. Are we going to perhaps see a mana burn? Oh, mana burn. Talisman of Evasion picked up by the Demon Hunter, and the experience picked up by the Demon Hunter. Not very good item on the Demon Hunter, as he already teched Evasion most likely. As we are going to see the Footman try to run away. It looks as though the Demon Hunter should be able to get there in just in time. No, the Footman running through, going to go ahead and swing by between the Red Drake and the Fountain of Health, but does not aggro the creeps to wake them up. Off to the north, Archer, who is conveniently shadow melded right now, gonna need to back off. The Demon Hunter does come to the rescue, as all the Militia are now gonna try and push back this Demon Hunter. This time around, it looks like Hawk is doing a much better job setting up this expansion. He is not going to be in bad of a shape, as the Archmage does have Dust of Appearance. Not getting Dust of Appearance in game number 3 was a very big deal, as the Archers were hiding in plain sight in the middle of the fight, making it very difficult to try and do any sort of focus fire. Because of that, Rudan managed all of his units extremely well, and by managing all of those units extremely well, came out smelling like a rose. But Rudan now in a bit of trouble, down to 82 hit points, and now will be able to escape. I don't see any signs of Brutes of Speed as of yet. Archer versus Footman. Footman should end up winning that fight there, but no, there's now a whole bunch of Archers, and all of those Archers gonna go ahead. Oh, one last arrow, and there it goes. Meanwhile, Archmage, seeing that level 2, gonna go ahead and finish off that guy down over there. Gonna pick up a Gloves of Haste, and now attacking very quickly. That's a very fast attack speed, as the Demon Hunter will not be able to put pressure at that natural expansion. Naga Sea Witch is up. Demon Hunter is here as well. But with that Arcane Tower already up, it is going to be very difficult to do any sort of effective push. Also, no mercenary camp that I see that could be abused at all. Let's take a look down over here. Naga Sea Witch going to get feedbacked already. The Militia should start repairing, or the Peasants should start repairing. Not quite sure what's going on. Yes, there you go, as the Arcane Vault now coming into play. All right, the Arcane Tower is in a good spot right there, as the Demon Hunter quits a quick mana burn off on the Archmage. Archmage needs to run back, as it is taking a fair bit of damage. Another mana burn would be devastating, as the Archmage now runs out of mana for a water elemental. Archers able to take down and focus down a footman, and a second footman may get taken down as well. That is just so many archers as the footman does get taken out. All right, water elemental attempting to go after a wisp. Not quite sure why the frost arrow doesn't deal more damage to the water elemental. But then again, things in video games don't always make sense. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Water Elemental gonna go ahead and fall again. Demon Hunter gonna get to level 3, and Rudan is looking very sharp at this point. Staying on top of the pressure as the Arcane Vault is gonna get completed in time. Demon Hunter now pushing forward. Does have, I believe that, yeah, Talisman of Evasion given to the Naga Sea Witch instead, as the Archer now looking to back off. You can see the Footmen do have Defend, so it is going to be very difficult for the Archers to do any more focus firing onto those units, as the Archmage now comes in from behind, gets in some easy damage onto the units again. All right, Footmen still with Defend, able to reflect back some of those arrows and mitigate all the damage completely, repairing now onto that Arcane Tower, as the Demon Hunter now in a very, very serious spot. Not quite sure where it's going to go, down to 39 hit points. Archers are in position, but Archers taking a lot of damage as well, as the Scout Tower does get completed. All right, all those units now backing off. The economic advantage does belong to Hawk, but he is going to be in a little bit of trouble as a free Dryad was given. All right, all of a sudden, a quick Dryad death right off over there. Let's take a look. Footman, Demon Hunter, battling it out. Little bit of reflect damage, and that is a Dryad's worst nightmare. Getting poisoned back by their own spear as it is reflected back. Footman, I don't know why that Footman decided to turn off the Fend, as another Footman falls as well, and Rudan now gets a level 2 on the Naga Sea Witch. All right, this guard tower massively being renovated, but is it going to stay up in time? No, it is not. 2 guard towers are all that are left now, or 1 guard tower, 1 arcane tower, as the Naga Sea Witch out of mana. Demon Hunter still with some mana available, as the guard towers are still poking apart, continuing to repair. It looks as though what is going on there? What is this arcane tower hitting? The arcane tower is hitting the Demon Hunter, not very much damage, and it looks like the arcane tower is gonna fall. That's extremely bad news. Meanwhile, another guard tower in the back, not quite the same amount of range, as the Footmen are now looking to push forward again. Meanwhile, the Archmage is trying to go after Moonwells during daybreak. Demon Hunter is right there, and the Demon Hunter gonna get off a mana burn onto that Archmage very easily, and now force a little bit of a run. All right, if you're trading base for base, I guess it's okay if you are up a base, but right now the things are not looking good for Hawk at his own expansion, as the Naga Sea Witch still clearing things up. Demon Hunter now attempting to chase down an Archmage. Archmage not going to be falling anytime soon, as Rudan now going after Moonwell. Perhaps should be going after the full Moonwell as opposed to an empty Moonwell. That would have been a much bigger deal, as the Archmage needs to come back over. Ancient of War now walking over. Druid of the Claw in bear form. This is a very big deal, as the Druid of the Claw does deal massive damage to these peasants. All right, this guard tower spot just is never ever working out, as it is going to get focused down again. Archmage going to focus down an Ancient of War before the Ancient of War even gets to eat a tree. And now what's going to be happening here? Druid of the Claw taking a bit of damage, going to get rejuvenated, as the rejuvenation going to keep that Druid of the Claw alive ever so barely. Pun intended. Bear is now trying to do a little bit of a chase once more, as the Druid of the Claw now absorbing a whole bunch of damage, but really shouldn't be there. That Druid of the Claw is already low on hit points, and if it gets hit too often, once that rejuvenation wears off, it is just going to fall here. All right, Staff of Preservation, however, on the Naga Sea Witch. I don't even know when it got one. Perhaps, yes, an Arcane or Ancient of Wonders is down by the shop over there. And once more, Rudan playing a very good game here and pretty much shutting down Hawk's expansion. Now, let's take a look. Economically speaking, there is an advantage for Hawk, but Hawk is getting up and making up some of that tech advantage now, sitting at tier 2. Yes, his opponent is at tier 3, but once the Mountain King comes out, that could make a very big difference, as the Mountain King could easily start stormbolting bears to try and get to level 2 quickly. Mountain King now trying to get away. Running away from a Naga Sea Witch is never a good plan. Those cold arrows causing a bit of problems. The Mountain King unable to do anything at all, as he now heads back down over here. We see 4 towers now up. A lot of gold, but no way to really spend it for Hawk, as Hawk only has one Arcane Sanctum, really needs a second one, and now getting the level 2 Masonry upgrades. Archmage now making its rounds all the way back. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter coming in. Naga Sea Witch coming in as well. And the Rifleman needs to back off. What is that Rifleman doing? The Rifleman a little bit too chubby to walk in between the farms there. And now, because of that, it is going to end up getting taken down by a Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch, no, leaves it alone. All right, I can't make any predictions. Things are just going absolutely haywire here as the Archmage and the Mountain King going to come together. All right, this poor Rifleman down to 57 hit points and now gets a shot off onto that Rifleman. But that is about it, as we are going to have the Scroll of Regeneration, perhaps a Clarity Potion on the heroes as well, as we are now ready to go. Bears attempting to take down the barracks, and the barracks is just slowly getting repaired. Dryad now being brought over as well. Sorceress slowing down some of the units, as the Dryads have not abolished magic yet. So far, the Militia now going to be coming in. Mountain King is in position. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Yes, Staff of Preservation incoming. It's got to be. There it is, as Rudan has not missed a beat. Now, a little bit of a pincer play. Mana Burn on the Mountain King. Mountain King pretty much out of mana range for Stormbolt. Not going to get it, I believe, as the Mountain King going to be at 75 mana right now. Is he going to be able to Stormbolt before the Demon Hunter gets off another Mana Burn? No, does not. And that was a bit of a miscue by Hawk again, not getting a Stormbolt onto that Demon Hunter, and ended up taking more damage just because he didn't get the Stormbolt off. Once more, back to the north. Bears doing a great job here, constantly putting the pressure. Long-range rifles not going to be completed, and this is the issue for Hawk. Hawk has the gold, but he does not have any way to effectively spend his money at this point. And with that, if he had 1,000 gold, which would have been spent, which would have been 4 riflemen out on the field, I think it would change things around drastically. Mountain King, does he have a Stormbolt? No, he does not have a Stormbolt available to him. Anti-Magic Shell onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter mana burns the Mountain King again, as the Demon Hunter able to escape. Slow cast onto the Druid of the Claw. Staff of Preservation once more in the nick of time, as the Demon Hunter just absolutely owning everything left and right. All right, Bear finally goes down. Archmage now sitting at level 4. Level 2 Brilliance Aura, the counter to the level 2 mana burn. But is it going to be enough? Rejuvenation now onto the Naga Sea Witch. And this has just been an epic fight. Very long fight that doesn't seem to have an end. Demon Hunter now looking to clear out the Rifleman. Rifleman looking to focus down some more units. Demon Hunter, is it going to get Staff of Preservation away? Down to 91, 65, 57 hit points. Instead, uses a Scroll of Town Portal. Naga Sea Witch most likely will get teleported at 71 hit points. Another second, and he would, or she would have fallen. All right, Hawk using this opportunity to build more and more production buildings. There is that second Arcane Sanctum, but you cannot win by casters alone, at least not in Frozen Throne, maybe in Reign of Chaos, as the Mountain King, still sitting at level 1, finally gets on the board with some experience. Yes, using the gold to buy Scrolls of Healing. That may be a little bit too late, though, as you see a quick Stormbolt go down. Mountain King purposely backing off, doesn't want to try and engage it, as he knows that he will most likely just get mana burned. However, the rest of the army now arrives. Those bears, very formidable, as the Sorceress gets taken out. Naga Sea Witch going to be at level 3, going to finish everything up. Meanwhile, down over here, Ancient of Wonders is ready to go. Are we going to perhaps be looking at an interesting battle here in just a moment? All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Ancient of Wonders is going to get taken down here. Mountain King going to go ahead and heal back up. Taking down that Ancient of Wonders is a very big deal, because that's been a very forward position where the Night Elf has been able to just restock. This is going to be a very big deal, as the Red Drake now going to get focused down. However, a Rifleman is in position to get healed, but all of a sudden, here comes the Creepjack. Archmage in trouble in the backfield. Bear is just all over the place. The Rifleman not able to do very much. Mountain King throws off a Desperation Stormbolt, as the Bears are just absolutely chasing. The Bears have not seen this success ever in the NFL. Anyways, let's go ahead and come back here as the Red Drake gonna go ahead and fall. Sobe Mask now onto the Demon Hunter as the Naga Sea Witch picks up the Sobe Mask. I'm sorry for any Bears fans out there. I don't even follow NFL that much. I just don't know. Yes, it is a football town, but yeah, I hope I didn't. Well, I had to have offended someone. Anyways, Archmage now coming back around. And I said football, not football. Anyways, Demon Hunter now gonna go after the Ogre Lord. Ogre Lord taking a tremendous amount of damage as the Naga Sea Witch already at level 4. No real reason to clear this up other than you can at this point, as the Demon Hunter not going to be getting that much experience. Tome of Experience has dropped though, and the Demon Hunter picks that up. Now 32 experience shy of level 5. This Demon Hunter is going to be a one-man wrecking crew if it gets to 5 with the 150 hit point or 150 mana burn. Once that mana burn goes and starts burning away even more, that's going to be a problem. I remember when the Demon Hunter in Reign of Chaos, level 1 was 100 hit point or 100 mana burn, level 2 was 200 hit point mana burn, and level 3 was 300 mana burn. That was such a big problem as the Demon Hunter now runs on in. Mana burn onto the Mountain King already, shuts it down. Demon Hunter now sitting at level 5, going after those units. Fork Lightning coming down from the Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch has plenty of mana because of that Sobe Mask, and now, well, has to deal with a bit of slow. Django Endurance Aura, however, rectifying that just a bit. Movement speed on that Demon Hunter is very fast. Actually wish it gave me a speed, as the Naga Sea Witch and all the units are now making a bit of a move. All right, Tree of Life being constructed right next to a scout tower. How cheeky can you get, as we are now looking at all the Spellbreakers and Riflemen. Archmage sitting at level 4, and if the Mountain King was at level 3, perhaps, this would be a bit of a closer matchup, but things are just not looking good. The Mountain King can still only Stormbolt for 100 damage, which means that the Bears are never really within sniping range. That's going to be a bit of a problem. As you can see, the Druids of the Claw are getting rejuvenated, pretty much rejuvenating only once they are at full hit points. Very a good effect there, as the Mountain King quickly runs out of mana, getting 150 hit point mana burn. All right, Mountain King unable to do very much. Perhaps should be using a Potion of Invulnerability. Should have initiated with that to be able to get off 2 Stormbolts, as the Spellbreakers are now trying to fight this out. Mountain King up in the front line. Scroll of Healing should be used here in just a second. No Thunderclap, no mana on that Mountain King at all, as the Potion of Invulnerability was it used? No, it was not. Scroll of Healing was used, and now perhaps we should be seeing a Potion of Invulnerability being used here in just a second. All right, one bear does finally go down. Are we going to see another bear go down? There goes a second bear. The Spellbreaker is actually doing a great job taking down many of the bears, but there are still a lot of bears to deal with. Mountain King unable to Stormbolt the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter down to 65 hit points. Will be able to back off, but the Mountain King now sitting at level 3. This is dangerous for the Mountain King. Mountain King should be using a Potion of Invulnerability. If it can, that is going to be absolutely perfect, as the Demon Hunter falls. Demon Hunter falls at level... Wow, at level 5, and now all of a sudden Rudan comes back and takes the game. Or, excuse me, Hawk takes the game. I am absolutely dumbfounded by this, and I'm even more confused because that's the last game I have. I think we're tied up at 2 games apiece. I don't know what to say. I really don't. This game anti-spoiled myself, because unless I misremembered, we are tied up at 2 games apiece, and I totally thought Rudan was going to have the game over Hawk, but Hawk really using that economic advantage to his advantage. You can take a look at the hero score, which is generally the main indicator of who was going to win a fight. But wow, what a comeback by Hawk. My mind is blown. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you guys enjoyed this replay, my casting, remember to like the video. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. It does help me with my numbers. The more comments I get, the more likes I get, I think the better paid I get. So even though I don't have 100,000 views on all of my videos, which if I ever did, that would be absolutely awesome. I could probably start hosting my own tournaments. But yeah, until that happens, I'm going to have to just host and borrow replays. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.